What is up, Chocolatiers? Last night I watched Gladiator 2. I want to say part 2. That's Wicked. I'm sorry. So Gladiator 2, unlike my Wicked screening, had nobody in there. It was just me. It was me and my friends. And so, yeah, this movie pretty much takes place 16 years later from the events of Gladiator 1. Which, if you don't remember that, that's the grandfather, my bad. Maximus, played by Russell Crowe, he ends up getting killed, and he kills the emperor, and he has this plan of peace, but at the end of that film, which actually I don't think it happens at the end of the film, my bad. I know that they show it in this, it's like flashbacks. Basically, the mother sends Lucius away. She's like, I'll call for you when the time is right. Because he's too young to really be prince at this time. She doesn't want him going through this, and she's like, I will call upon you. And in this period of time, we have these two twin, I actually don't know if they're twins, they look very similar to, I know one's Joseph Quinn, the other one I don't know his name, but two brother rulers that are emperors now, and the people hate them. The people fucking hate them. They're awful. They're pieces of shit. They pretty much just fuck anything that walks around, whatever. And so you've got a second plot going on where Lucius is in this battle because he's living with these people in this tribe, and he fights the Romans, and Pedro Pascal's the general, and basically gets his wife killed. And so you've got I almost said Pedro Pascal. You've got Paul Mescal's character of Lucius, still grieving over his father's death, still reeling over his wife's death now. Having to go get put into the arena and fight. And he gets bought by Denzel Washington, who is somebody who is starting to slowly gain power, somebody who starts to slowly want power in the background, in the shadows, opening a third plot of his story, which I will not cover because it's very spoiler heavy, but it is very good. This movie, you can tell, is made by a director who cares. Ridley Scott definitely cares about all his movies. Say what you want to say. Even Napoleon is directed greatly. And this is the type of movie that it's almost cinema. I want to keep saying that. I hate that I keep saying that, because every time I've been telling people about this movie, I keep saying it's almost cinema. Like, how Dune Part 2 felt, and you're just like in that moment. You're just in that moment. Top Gun Maverick last year, you're just in that moment. This movie almost gets there. But I feel like the movie has a problem that it's so small. I hate that too, because God, I'm still hyped for this movie. It's still good. I want to see it again. And so just let you know there is a complaint that I have, but it's only one. And it's almost the fact that I feel like there's too many characters. And that is crazy to say, because this movie is 2 hours and 40 fucking minutes. It's the same runtime as Wicked. And, actually, that's a complaint I didn't say in my Wicked review, but if you have seen that and you're watching this, that's kind of a complaint I have with Wicked. That's why I didn't give it a higher score. There's so many fucking characters in that. And I feel like there's not enough time to, characters will do something, for example, in that movie, and then you're just like, damn, they just had a 180, but they don't give us time with that character to show us why they had a decision. And I feel like that's kind of what's happening in this. Because Pedro Pascal, for example, it is in this movie maybe 15 minutes, maybe a little bit less. Paul Mescal's character, I would say, is in the movie, I don't even know. I don't even want to guess on runtimes, but nobody's in it for a full runtime, if that makes sense. And what I mean by that is for example, Denzel's presence. They never really get, I get it, it's cool, it's a mystery, I understand why they're doing it, but they never really get into his why he's wanting this power, what he's getting into, why he's being like this. They never really get into that, and I feel like either there's scenes cut, deleted scenes, something like that. Because I know there's some woman that the woman who played in Moon Knight, for example, I know she was supposed to be in this movie, and apparently all her scenes got cut. And watch this movie, I was like, I don't know where you would have put her. I don't know where the fuck you actually would have put her. And so it's just, I don't know, it's just something like that, where even the mom, for example, I feel like all her scenes are good in the movie, but I just don't know, I feel like it was missing something. Maybe I needed more flashbacks to see what happened between her and now, how Rome got to where it was at now. And people are kind of forgetting Maximus, his dream and stuff. And there's a lot of good elements they put here. And like I said, this isn't a bad movie by any standpoint. I just feel like there's too many characters, because, you're kind of on Lucius's side, but the movie will go on like a 25-minute stint where like Lucius ain't even up in it, and it's just his mom talking to Pedro, and then all of a sudden we cut into Denzel, and like I don't know, like I just like even like that, for example, closer to the end of the movie, you know, you see like the scene from the trailer where like he's like raising the swords like with the other gladiators, he's like strength and honor, and like he taps this one dude like on the face, and like it's a guy that you know was being kind of an asshole like earlier in the movie and this and that. But I feel like for him to get that close to him, there's some character development that's just not there in this film. You know, like there's so many scenes like that where I'm just like, are y'all boys now? Like, I'm like, I get he did something to make y'all boys, but like, I don't know. I just feel, I don't know if you're feeling like that too. And you know, I'm not trying to step on the wrong toes. And this is a good franchise. But I just like, even like that really, Scott's talking about, yeah, we're talking about making a 3. Please don't. Not because of it being bad, or like this movie has a perfect ending, which is not complaint, but a positive I have about this movie. I really think that the ending is really good. I think it kind of closes the chapter in this Gladiator saga. Maybe, you know, instead of like a sad, somber ending, we get kind of like a hopeful and, you know, good ending. And, you know, like I said, I really like this movie for the most part. I just felt like that one complaint was taking me out of it. Like there were so many scenes where I'm like, why do we have this relationship here? And I get everything doesn't have to be in your face, but like, you can't just show me and have a character be like, damn, really fucking hates your guts. Why though? Like, you know, that's why I said maybe there are some deleted scenes that we're missing. But outside of that, now on to all the positives, the rest of the fucking movie. This movie is shot greatly. This movie looks so fucking good. The gladiator scenes look so fucking awesome. The CGI does not sweat. It does not take a break. It does not look like shit whatsoever. It looks so good. I actually kind of wish we had more gladiator scenes. My favorite scene in the movie is the naval combat scene that you see in the trailer where they're like using the boats and the river combat. Where they have like the sharks in the water. Like this shit's so awesome. And I just feel like it didn't last long enough. Like I feel like that scene was like 6 fucking minutes. I was like, damn. You know? And there's like so many cool scenes like where you have Paul Mescal's character Lucius, you know, he's like, you know, leading these men to victory, doing this cool shit. You know, if you can tell he knows what he's doing, right? Because it's almost like he was kind of like general where he was at. Like I said, we don't get much backstory where he was at, how he met his wife, whatever. He just had him, right? And, you know, this movie does the perfect movie thing that I fucking love, and that is just giving you cool fucking fights. This movie is visceral. It's very gory. It's very bloody. Not as much as I thought so, by the way. There's one kill that I'm like, damn, that's crazy. There's one kill at the end where I'm like, damn, that's crazy. But the rest of them, I was okay. You know, all right. I do wish there was, I won't supposed to say I wish there's more animal things, which is funny to say because we get the monkey thing. And like I said, naval combat, you get sharks. But we don't really get any more animals outside of it. I guess the rhino thing kind of counts. But I wish there was like a few more. That's just how I was loving this combat stuff. But I really like the relationship with Denzel and Paul Mescal's character. And that is because, you know, Denzel's using him for power. Paul Mescal's using him to get what he wants. They both are open that they don't really like each other that much. And Denzel's using him anyways. And Paul Mescal's using him. And so it's kind of this cool back and forth. And, you know, knowing how Gladiator ends, you're pretty much paranoid the whole movie. You're like, I hope Denzel doesn't fucking get his ass. I hope, you know, this, and like, it does make you feel like that. Like, even like the mother at certain points, her and Pedro doing certain things in the movie, and you start getting paranoid. You start getting to the edge of your seat. And that's a good job on the movie. I really think the movie builds tension very well. I really think the story is really good. I have heard a lot of people say there's like a lot of legacy callbacks. There kind of is, but I don't feel like it's in your face to the point where like, oh my god, it's fucking CGI Russell Crowe. That doesn't happen, you know. But I got a little scared at one point. I was like, bullshit. I thought they were going to do it. I didn't do it, though. They didn't do it. I was like, oh fuck. But yeah, this is definitely a good movie. You should definitely go check it out for sure. Outside that one complaint, I think this movie is easily a 9 out of 10. It's getting a Mr. Chocolate Silver approval. It's definitely a movie I want to watch again. I feel like on a bigger screen, because in the theater I watched it and they wanted to put Wicked in the 2 big theaters. Of course they did. And so this movie theater like was pretty much the size of this fucking room. There's like maybe 5 rows of seats. And the screen was fine, but like it wasn't as big as like, you know, the big theater clearly, or an IMAX, which I would love to watch this movie in. But yeah, this movie definitely surprised me for sure. A lot better than I thought it was going to be, but also at the same time, kind of on the hype level I was, because 2 weeks ago, I got weirdly hyped for this movie. And so, yeah, I feel like the next big movie that we're going to get that's going to come to any close of this height and a Doom Part 2 will be Nosferatu. And I'm very excited for that movie. And if you're excited for that movie and you love this movie, comment down below, let me know your thoughts. And please like, subscribe for the full reviews on those films. And with that, I'll catch you guys on the next one.
Survive! Hold together and when the charges break.
I love my popcorn. Movies, popcorn.